Hello, everyone. Just to check that you can hear. I think so.
Yes, we can hear.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Osman. So we are about 75, 76 people now, plus three. Okay, so around 80. So as some people are connecting at the moment, so maybe we can give one more minute and we start. Osman, if you want to share your presentation, the slides. Okay, good evening, everyone. Osman, if you're ready, we can start. Yes? Okay, thank you.
Yes, yes.
So good evening, everyone, and welcome to the first session of the International Seminar on Inclusive and Multilingual Pedagogies in Language Education. This this international seminar is composed of up to 7 webinars between April and June 2026, and is part of the LiTE Academy, a teacher academy funded by the European Commission. Okay, so we can move to the next slide. And this is the table of contents of the session today. My name is Cristina Huertas, professor at the University of Córdoba, and today I will be presenting with the leader of the LiTE Academy and coordinator, Dr. Osman Solmaz from Dicle University in Turkey, in Turkey. And in this webinar, and following the table of contents that you can see on screen, we will present the key ideas of LiTE Academy to contextualize the webinars. And also we will have a final part of for questions and answers in case that you have any doubt or comment. Okay, and maybe at the end, if someone wants to participate, we can give them permission to speak and so. So if we move to the next slide, here you can see a general overview of the LiTE Academy. Okay, that it is a teacher academy that aims to enhance language education in Europe by improving the competencies of pre-service and in-service teachers through integrating digital tools, inclusive practices, and multilingual pedagogies. That's why we use an acronym that is DIMS, DIMs, to meet students' needs in an evolving educational landscape. And for this, we have a total of 36 months. Our objectives include enhancing teacher skills for navigating digital and multicultural classrooms, integrating digital methodologies for accessibility and engagement, developing inclusive strategies for learners, fostering multilingual capacities, and building a network for resource sharing and professional development. Among the activities that we have developing training modules, establishing a community of practice, conducting webinars for the different modules, and this is the first one of these webinars, implementing and evaluating the modules in schools, organizing a teacher mobility exchange forum, and engaging in policy advocacy and managing activities to ensure quality and timely delivery. In our objectives, we have we want to reach nearly 500 teachers from across that will directly participate in professional development activities, and approximately 5,000 students that will benefit indirectly through teaching practices and methodologies. And as you can see here in the slides, we are 8 partner institutions from 5 countries, which I will have the pleasure and honor to present in the following slides. So we can start first with the team DJ in Turkey. They are the coordinators of this teacher academy. The project coordinator is Dr. Solmaz, that is with us today, and also Ece Nazli and, well, Kadri, Jihad, and Serhat. Sorry for my pronunciation in Turkish. I'm in progress of improving it. Okay, but they are the leaders for the project who have the responsibility of organizing the rest of the members that you can see in the following slides. Then in the next slides, we have Team Córdoba of the University of Córdoba in Spain. In our case, we are 5 members, as you can see here on the slides. I'm Cristina, as I said before, but in this team, we can also see here Natividad Adamuz, Elvira Fernández, Rocío Luque, and Francisco Javier Palacios. Okay, and we are responsible for the part of the webinars. Then we also have the team Bogazici. Please help me, Osman.
Yes, it's correct. Boğaziçi.
Okay, sorry. As I said, I'm in this multilingual context. I'm also trying to learn a little bit of Turkish. Okay, with Senem, Sesen, and Yasemin. Okay, these are our colleagues from this team. They are based in Turkey. Then we also have Team Hamburg in Germany with Sylvia, Lisa, and Sabrina. Okay, and as you will see then in the when we present the different webinars, you will see that all members of the different partners participate in the webinars in an active way. Okay. Also, we have our team UNED from the Spanish National, Distance University, okay, here from Spain. And here we have Ruben and Inmaculada will be the leaders of the on-site training part that we will present in a while too, okay. Then also we have our team in from Norway, where Vander and Marianne are part of. Okay. Also, the team IUC of the Istanbul University with Tuncer, Irfan, and Serap. That will also be presenting, for example, in the case of Professor Khan, will be presenting the next webinar together with our colleague from UCO, Francisco Palacios. Okay, and the team Aveiro in Portugal, where you can see that it is a lot of people involved. Okay. For all the different modules, but I think that's the key part in here, although you can see the 8 partners from 5 countries that we are working together, exchanging constantly information and developing all the activities together. That's I think that is essential in this type of projects. So now I will stop here for a while and give the floor to Professor Osman Solmaz. So he will present the needs analysis of the LiTE Academy and the main goals in a little more detailed way. So thank you, Osman.
Thank you, Cristina, for the introduction of the project and our team. I appreciate you sharing all this information. And it's so great to see everyone together on the slides while looking at it. I see that it's a wonderful team, and I appreciate bringing us all together and working together. So thank you, everyone, for joining us today for the first of the webinar series organized by the Erasmus Plus Teacher Academy project titled LiTE Academy Project. When we started doing this, we based our direction and we were inspired by the needs that we have seen in the field, especially increasing teacher shortages in Europe, and also the lack of societal value and motivation. I think this is a problem that we see in many countries, including Turkish context. So teachers feel less and less valued in terms of their job, and then this causes the motivation to be decreased. And also we see less positions opening up for teachers in various fields, particularly also for language teaching. And when we look at the statistics, many of the teachers, according to Eurodice and OECD reports, they have lack of content and education in terms of multilingual pedagogies and inclusive education. So when they graduate from their programs, they often graduate and finish before appropriately being exposed to multilingual and inclusive educational content. So even though they are competent in terms of many educational methods, particularly in foreign language educations, they sometimes struggle dealing with or addressing the needs of multilingual audiences and inclusive related students with different needs, addressing their needs and issues with them. So in order to be equipped with those types of skills, we need a program that is addressing those needs. And also, when we wanted to build this project and create it, we thought of creating a professional development network, which opens up a space for teachers, teacher educators, and pre-service teachers who are about to graduate in a couple of years or soon, that they get together and build on a network which is more sustainable. And we hope that LiTE Academy will provide a space for that conversation and opportunity. And of course, as in many European Union projects funded by the European Agency of Culture, we need to contribute to the policies. So what? After developing all the materials and resources, how are we going to contribute to the future of European Union policies in terms of language teacher education? So at its heart, we follow a bottom-up approach where we gather content and information and pile up the experiences of colleagues around Europe and present it in the format of policies to the stakeholders in our institutions, countries, and also European Union. That's the major purpose here. And so we have approximately, we target 4 main challenges that we have. And we recognize that European classrooms, and also the whole world actually, in terms of educational settings, they have changed, and teacher education needs to catch up as well. And the first one is, as we see the increasingly fast developing, technologies headed by the AI and all the other tools reshape how we teach languages. But many of the teachers and individuals feel underprepared for it because it's so fast that how are we going to catch up with those developments? And many people feel worried about it, especially teachers. And of course, classrooms across Europe now have diverse background, students with diverse background, and we don't necessarily mean immigrants only. You know, we have a lot of people getting married or united from different parts of the world, and Europe becomes a magnet space for it. And we have that diversity with first, second, third, and fourth generations of immigrants and their kids, and beyond that. And these people get to have their children in the classrooms, and teachers need to address them as well. And of course, we have learners with disabilities, minority language speakers, and refugee students, among the others, who are often left to the margins, and their needs are not appropriately covered or not really addressed. So when we look at all of them, yes, we have teacher education programs, and people are trying to come up with solutions, and we have wide responses according to these different needs. But in our project, what we hope is that we bring these three aspects together. So in a way, it's rather ambitious, but in another way, we recognize the fact that this can't be the only response, and we need much more effort beyond the LiTE Academy, of course. And our goals, some of them are already mentioned by Cristina, but I want to emphasize. We want to enhance language teachers' skills for navigating digital and multicultural classrooms, and how they can integrate those digital methodologies, especially for accessibility and engagement, considering inclusive education as well. And how about developing inclusive strategies for learners of various backgrounds and different needs, as well as fostering multilingual capacities of learners and teachers, and how they are using that as a way to address those problems. And of course, finally, building a network for resource sharing and professional development, which is really important for us. And who is the audience for us? That's another aspect that we would like to mention. Of course, at the heart of the whole project is students. I think that's at the very end, we do everything for the students, their benefits. They are the long-term beneficiaries of this project. But one of the main goals of Erasmus Plus Teacher Academies project is strengthening teacher education. So therefore, at the heart of what we do is really teachers and anyone who is involved in teacher education. So we have both pre and in-service teachers, and by teachers we mean, of course, language teachers, not necessarily English or Spanish or French, but any of the foreign languages that are involved. And teacher education providers, continuing professional development providers for teachers, and schools, because we have, in addition to the universities that we have seen at the beginning slide, we have practice schools that are contributing to our project. We have schools from Turkey, we have schools from Germany. We also have some stakeholders, especially local Ministry of Education authorities, and each country representative has their own stakeholders involved, and policymakers. We hope that they will benefit from this project as well. And if we are to take a look at the project timeline, we started almost a year ago, and the project is going to be ending in 2028. And until that time, we hope that we reach our goals. So just to roughly show you where we are at, we have already developed the first versions of the modules, and I will be talking about them in a second. And then we are now at the stage of webinars launch. We have finished our preparations, and now we will have a total of 7 webinars, and Cristina will give information about it in a second. And then we hope that we will have school partners, and the modules and the teachers who have been trained on those modules and settings, they will start their implementations at their school. And we will have online hub launching soon, actually earlier than the date here, because we want to do it concurrently. And many of you who are teachers or teacher educators, pre-service teachers, will be benefiting from those modules as well. And then we will invite our colleagues and friends who want to make a presentation about their best practices for digital inclusive and multi-education in face-to-face forum in Spain, in location to be announced very soon. And finally, we will have prepared our final policy documents and a toolkit at the end of the project. And I will be briefly mentioning about these key activities so that everyone is familiar with what we are trying to achieve in this project. So, Cristina, would you like to give information about webinars?
Yes, sure. Well, as you have probably seen when you have registered for this international seminar, Digital Inclusive and Multilingual Pedagogies in Language Education, there is a total of 7 webinars that actually is 6+1. We start today with this general overview of the LiTE Academy and answering now, speaking one of the questions that I've just answered in the Q&A's part. The webinars will be about 60 to 90 minutes, and the idea is that we present the different, materials and that you have also some time to ask questions, both in written or speaking. Okay, so we invite you to do it. So this first webinar, as you have seen, is a general introduction of the LiTE Academy model. The idea is this, to have a general overview. It must be noted, okay, that if you know some people who want to join us in any other webinar, there's no problem. They can use the same link, the same button that you've used to register. We'll be updating this landing page for the webinars with the following one, okay? And the idea is that if you miss any of the webinars, you will be able to check them in our YouTube channel, okay? That we will be also posting the link in the events website, okay? So if you miss one of these, please don't, go back to the previous one. Sorry, Osman. Okay, so the idea is that, for example, if you know somebody and they join us on the 11th of May, that is the next one, they will be able to see the recording of this one in our YouTube channel. There's no problem with that, okay? This is also, important in terms of organization, okay? And another general thing about the webinars is that when we finish, okay, you will have a very, very short survey, okay, for feedback about the session. Okay, it's just 3 questions. You will see something very direct about, if you enjoyed the webinars and if you find it useful or not. Okay, because this feedback is also important for us for our reports and so. Okay, so after this general introductory webinar that we are having today, and as we said before, we have 3 key axes in the LiTE Academy. Okay, so the 3 following webinars will be on one of these specific axes. So as you can see in the green poster here, the next webinar will be on the 11th of May, okay, same time as today, and it will be focused on the part of the digital approach, okay? As you can see, it's teaching languages in the digital age, okay? It's the one in the middle. Then the 26th of May, we will focus on the inclusive language classrooms, okay? And then the following one, if you can go to the next slide, Osman, please. You can see the part of multilingual pedagogies, okay? That it will be the 2nd of June, again, same time, okay? So with this, you will see the 3 axes of the project. But then what is also very interesting is the combination of them, okay? So on the 16th of June, you will see that is rethinking language assessment. That is usually a challenge when considering this triple approach of digital, inclusive, and multilingual learning environments. And also the 29th of June, that will be the last seminar, is regarding designing language learning tasks. And as I said before, what is especially interesting in this series of webinars is that in all cases, people from different partners will be working together, presenting their different views on this material. So you can see all the information about the different webinars in the posters, in the website where you registered. And we will be sending the links to the different webinars and also the recordings in our YouTube channel, okay? And as I said, it's a 6+1 structure, because we have managed to include this international seminar as part of the doctoral program Languages and Cultures at the University of Córdoba, and they required us to have an extra session, okay, that we have called Doctoral Colloquium on Digital, Inclusive, and Multilingual Pedagogies, where we invite PhD students and junior researchers to join us and present their research on this field, so that we can have a more interactive session where different presenters will be, showing their ideas of their doctoral dissertations or their early research stages, and we can have, a wide variety of approaches, perspectives, and an international overview and connections with digital, inclusive, and multilingual pedagogies. This wasn't originally part of the LiTE Academy, but we think that is an added value that also gives voice to young researchers, people working in the field. So in this case, it will be a longer session. It will be 4:30 to 8, of course, with some breaks, because if not, the whole evening in the computer is not very healthy. But the idea is to have, several speakers. And of course, if you are a PhD student and you want to join this webinar, just write me an email or Osman, and we will be more than happy to include you in this special session on the 11th of June. Okay, that it's more or less in the last part of the webinars, but I think that is a different approach. Okay, and just a little thing regarding this: PhD students from this doctoral program on languages and cultures, okay, will have to write a short essay, with the key findings, key ideas of the webinars, okay, to have it as a valid training activity of the doctoral program, okay. But as I said, it can be some kind of extra work in some cases, but I think that it will be also a very nice session, okay. And everything will be recorded, as I said, in case that you want to revisit it, okay.
Thank you, Cristina, for the information about the webinars, and we really appreciate you incorporating the project into the educational program, because I think that's true to the spirit of the European Union projects, because at the end of the program we want them incorporated into the curriculum and the formal programs rather than having them as separate programs. So if you have a similar idea, or if you are enrolled in a similar program that you want to incorporate some of the aspects of LiTE Academy materials and modules or videos that we are developing and producing, please feel free to use any of them, and you don't really need to get any permission, because everything that we produce as part of this project is open access. So let's move on to the next.
And also, if I may,
yes.
just to say something, because there is a question in the Q&A box
Oh,
about
okay.
certification of attendance. And yes, I mean, we will issue certificate of attendance for participants in live sessions. Okay, as we have the list of attendees, we will issue it. And also in the case of the PhD students that complete the training part, they will have, you know, the specific certificate that is valid for their training program. So the answer is yes.
Thank you for taking care of the questions. So this is the model that we are hoping to improve and develop. So we essentially focus on digital, inclusive and multilingual pedagogies, and that's the background at the core of this project. And I mean, it's not necessarily a framework, but it's a model, as we can call it, to navigate both technological and multicultural challenges that came up in the 21st century classrooms, so that we can bridge the gap in digital literacies and inclusive education for European language educators. And of course, we are emphasizing European aspect more because of the funding that we get from the European Union. But one of the long-term goals of the project is to have sustainability and the impact expanding onto other continents and contexts as well. So these materials can be adapted and used anywhere in the world. So through the digital practices, we are hoping that the educational model that we have will prepare the teachers, and same for inclusive and multilingual pedagogies as well. We hope to reach about 500 teachers, and which in return benefit 5,000 students indirectly in the upcoming years. Of course, this is a multiple year-long project and not just once. And we will have an online hub, which you will see in a bit, where you will have access to a resource toolkit at the end of the project. And we are hoping that teachers will download them and take it with them quickly, rather than dealing with all the other resources. So that will be one go-to place at the end of the project. And we are hoping that we will have 3 policy documents, policy recommendations for each aspects of the project that we are working on for the policymakers. And we are hopeful that they will be beneficial in the long run. So in a nutshell, I want to show the 3 strands of modules that we have. We have a total of 15 units. For each branch of the modules, you will see 5 different units. So we designed the modules in a way that you can start with any of the strands that you want. So if you think that you need more of an inclusive education, you can go ahead and focus on that. Or if you have a classroom that you are teaching multilingual education, you can incorporate various aspects of the multilingual module. I think that's the really nice thing about it. And in the modules section, we will use Moodle platform, and I'm sure you are familiar with it, or maybe you have heard of it before. And through this Moodle platform, we will also have strand 0, where it will take you to the a survey where you will respond to questions and see which unit you need. And you can directly start with there as well. And in each unit, we will have self-assessment statements for you to evaluate yourself, reflective questions, and also optional and required tasks. So if you want to finish and get a certificate, we require you to go through each unit and finalize it with one final required task. We will have the forum embedded into the Moodle platform, where you will be able to participate with other teachers who are going through the similar processes. So we strongly encourage you to adopt the modules into your curriculum or the courses that you teach, so that your teacher candidates can benefit from this too. And the topics are designed by considering the goals of the project in mind. And we worked with the team to determine the topics together. As you will see, sometimes there are overlapping topics because we think that these three strands are inseparable from each other. But in where they are relevant to each other, the focus will be on the strand that you are actually working on. And finally, in each of the modules, you will see that integration unit, where you will see a comprehensive summary of the unit and a capstone project, which we expect the participants to complete. So if you want to finish the whole course and the modules, we expect you to take your time and complete it in a self-paced manner. So it's not required to finish everything at once. So you can take your time and finish it whenever you want and have time. And another thing I want to mention, that in each unit we will have subsections, and in each section we will have videos, short interactive videos, where you will be able to watch the summaries of the relevant section. So we want to make it as inclusive as possible, and we are hoping that you will give us feedback to improve it. And actually, that's the part that I want to mention as well. At the end of each module, we will have a section about feedback, and in the unit, whatever you have seen that you want us to add, incorporate, or leave out, or maybe something that we can improve the unit by adding either questions or change the format, the tone, please feel free to give us recommendations, either through the feedback page or informally by reaching any of the member us out. Because this is a circular model of development, we are just sharing the first draft, and we are hoping that by the end of the project, we will have a more complete version. So where will you find the online forums and the modules? Here, as you see in the light color, this is our website, liteacademy.eu. Please visit it, and on the right side, you will see join the waitlist. This is an important section. We want you to join our waitlist, and as soon as our forums and modules are ready, you will be the first one to hear. And until then, you can keep up with us through the news page and our social media platforms, where you will be able to have accessing and be updated to the project. We also have a LinkedIn page where you can follow us there as well. So please, if you have a moment, sign up in the wait list, and please share it with your colleagues and friends as well. So unfortunately, it's impossible to expect every participant in the forum to pilot the model in the schools, in the implementation schools that we have. So therefore, we have selected a couple of schools that we closely work with, and we will, after the modules are ready, they will be enrolled in the Moodle platform and the program, and we will be giving them feedback, and then they will implement the strategies and models in their schools, and we will get their feedback. and we will refine the models and the platform materials based on the actual classroom dynamics. And we will have pilot schools from Germany and Turkey, and possibly from Norway and Spain as well. So we will see, and we will involve more and more. If you have your own school and if you want to implement it in your own school, please let us know as well. We are open to that too. And of course, after getting the classroom insights and the face-to-face forum, which I will be talking about, we will get feedback from the, through a bottom-up approach. And we are hoping that we will base our policy recommendation documents based on the feedback that we receive. So your feedback is really important to us. And we are well aware that local contexts and can be different from one another. Therefore, it's very important that we are trying to reach to every corner of the at least partner countries, and if possible, beyond that. So, that being said, as Cristina mentioned at the beginning of the project, we have a best practices and diplomacy forum that will be held by the organization of UNED in Madrid, Spain. They will be hosting us in Cuenca, which is a really nice UNESCO heritage city in Spain, where we will gather together with the teachers, language teachers, educators, and team members of the project, where we will have the presentations of the best practices from the teachers. So essentially, if you complete the modules on our website and get your certificate and also attend the webinars, we strongly encourage you to submit an application to make a presentation at this forum face-to-face in Spain. And we have a grant to provide support to a number of teachers and teacher candidates to join us face-to-face in Spain. So I would like to encourage you to be involved in the project if you want to be one of the participants in the forum. And we want to hear from you. Therefore, this is really important for us. And in Spain, we will have best practices of digital, multilingual, and inclusive education from teachers and teacher candidates will be presented as part of this forum. And later, we will bring these insights together along with a discussion of these participants for policy recommendations. We will have this brought together and presented to the European Union for policy making in the future. So our best practices and diplomacy forum is very important for us. And the estimated date will be April 2027 in Cuenca, Spain. And at the very end of the project, we are hoping that we will be developing a toolkit for language teachers. So all the modules and open source materials that we have developed with strategies, best practices examples across Europe, and also the policy recommendations will be all involved in one place. So when this resource is downloaded, it will be ready to be used, adopted in different contexts. And we strongly encourage you to follow our website to have access to that. And finally, in each of the institutions that are involved in this project, we will have dissemination and engagement events, and you can be participating in a face-to-face event in these countries as well. If you are from another country and you would like to contribute us at the end of the project, of course, you are more than welcome to share and engage in a dissemination activity. But what we will essentially do, we will target one activity in each European partner country for teachers and teacher educators and another activity for policymakers, local education authorities, and the general public, so that we ensure we have widespread adoption once we have all the materials ready. So we are really hopeful that we will be reaching out to beyond our specific context. That being said, I want to thank you for your patience and following our first webinar. And I would like to open up the floor for questions and discussions. And I see that there are a couple of questions already in the chat. But Cristina, I think, has been responding to them, maybe.
Yes, I've been responding, and I think that all people can see, but in case that you can't, but if you're interested in, testing the materials in your context, or if you want to, to get in touch with us, you can use the website that I have. That I have just pasted in the chat that you can see. That is the contact part of our website. And also, okay, to join the wait list in order to, be informed about where the materials are, you know, the Moodle is open, and so you can join the wait list that I have just also pasted in the chat in case that you cannot see the Q&A. Okay, but it's in the chat. Okay, so you can check it there. Okay, and I think that I have been answering all the questions that I could see in the box. But if you want to, participate, say something, please put your virtual hand up. Okay, and we will allow you to participate, to speak, or if you prefer the box for Q&As, we are more than happy to try to answer your questions. Okay, so here there is another. I don't see the Moodle in the page. I have already signed the newsletter list. So Osman, maybe you can answer this.
Yes, yes. So they are asking about the Moodle in the page. It's not ready yet, so that's why we encourage you to sign up in the wait list. And when you sign up in the wait list, when we have the Moodle platform ready, we will send an email notification to everyone in the wait list to let them know that the Moodle platform is alive, and you are more than welcome to start participating in the forum. Vanessa, thank you for the question. Cristina, your mic.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was saying that there is another in the Q&A box that is, I will read it. As an ELT student, how can we take part in the LiTE Academy events and help achieve its objectives? Furthermore, as a student, how should we benefit from the LiTE Academy project? Thanks for everything.
Thank you for the question. We appreciate and we are happy to see teacher candidates among us today. One of the best way to participate in the project would be enrolling in the Moodle platform and taking the course. That's the very first things to do. And secondly, you can attend our webinars. It's for self-development, professional development purposes as well. And I think that teacher candidates need to develop themselves, and all of us actually. But you can get certificate and pile up your strengthen your profile as a future teacher already. And finally, I think your feedback as a young generation of teachers are important to us, because you are more likely maybe to recognize the needs of younger generation compared to, I don't know, myself maybe, or others, because we are not necessarily familiar with all the different types of generation. So we need everyone on board, and we would appreciate you being involved.
Okay, thank you. And there is another question that is, how and when can we apply for the face-to-face training, the face-to-face forum?
Yes, that's an exciting part of the event, and one of the reasons why we chose Spain is actually that, because I think Spain is a really great place to experience that, and multilingual country with a really nice setting and different policies incorporated in there. And so we will go for a call approximately later this year, and we will invite teachers and teacher candidates to submit their applications for the form. And we will have a specific Google form where you will be able to send in your application, which will require you to mention how you want to participate, motivation letter, as well as your suggestion for the best practices, because we want to see real world examples of it. And for teacher candidates, you can create hypothetical examples. And when you are enrolled in the Moodle platform, you will see that we have questions for you. And I think when you prepare it, you will get already some of the materials prepared for the forum.
Okay, another question. Can any teacher be part and enroll to the platform? I think that the simple answer is yes, but Osman can elaborate it.
Yes, yes. This is an open access platform, so anyone can benefit from it. Any teacher can benefit from it. But we designed the platform content, material content, by keeping language teachers in mind. So maybe a math teacher may not benefit from it as much as a language teacher, but we have some of the content targeting all types of educational settings and topics as well. So I think any teacher can benefit from it, I would say, but language teachers would benefit most.
Good, thank you. Another one, will there be face-to-face meetings in other countries? And if so, how will it be? I think that we would love it to go.
Yeah, that would be fantastic to have
Yeah.
face meetings. And we have actually, but it will be only limited to project team members, because we need to get together to fix some of the issues and decide how to move forward. But for the teachers and the public, we have the best practices and diplomacy forum, which is open to everyone. Yes.
Okay, another one. Are there any restrictions or requirements for teachers working in Turkey?
Not really. It's we don't have any restrictions or requirements for teachers. But if you want to participate in the diplomacy forum, we want language teachers specifically, not any teacher. That's the main criteria that we have, and it can be English language teacher, Turkish language teacher, or in the context of other countries, Norwegian as a foreign language teacher. So language teaching is the priority for us as part of the nature of this project.
Okay, more questions or comments? Because I think that the Q&A box is now empty.
Mm-hmm. And maybe let me finish so we can maybe share our social media platforms
Mhm.
so that anyone interested in can join us there. Please follow.
Do you have them? Okay, this is the LinkedIn.
Mhm. Yes, and for the Instagram, I will be.
Okay. And when we have the YouTube channel, we will also share it using these
Mhm.
two. So you can have access to the webinars first and also to other video materials that we will be creating during the project.
So we
Okay.
see a lot of variety in terms of participants, Cristina, right? I see different countries represented based on the names that I see.
Yeah. Yeah, well, participants cannot see it. It's only for the
Yes.
hosts. But yeah, I mean, oh, let's see that we have another question. I also have a
Mhm.
question. I read it, okay? Does this project allow the participation of undergraduate first cycle students? I'm a primary school teacher and I am currently doing my PhD. I would like to understand if it's possible to include first cycle students in this context, as this would be the focus of my research. My research interest is the creation of digital and physical resources to support teachers in developing learning leaders in multilingual classrooms. Oh, wow. So interesting.
Yes. Ana Maria, you should contact us and be a member of the project, right? Because it seems that you are perfectly working on the topic that we are developing, and your insights would be really wonderful. You know that technically there is no barrier to participating, so no problem about it. But you know, especially if you are going to gather data or other procedures, I'm not sure about the involvement of the thesis procedures. You might need to contact your own, you know, institution. But in terms of undergraduate students being involved in the modules, we would be more than happy to have them, you know, involved without any problem. We would actually encourage you and everyone to incorporate those types of aspects into their courses. So personally, you know, in my methodology courses starting next semester, I will be encouraging my undergraduate students who are going to be featured teachers to complete certain parts, and my master's students as well, because these resources will be beneficial. And I think as a teacher or an academic, when you go through the materials, you will see if it really addresses the needs that you have or not. So I think it will be you who will be deciding on whether they will be suitable for your students or not. But we would be very interested in hearing more about your research and maybe have you present your work as well. Thank you for your question, Anna Maria.
Yes, I mean, we always, if I may add to Osman's, we always need external collaborators and even in some cases reviewers to check, test. So all people who want to join us one way or another, they are more than welcome, and we will be more than happy to collaborate with you all, because I mean, we come from 5 countries, as we said before, but imagine that you have connected, you have found these webinars in another context. Why not? Maybe this could also be interesting to reach other I don't know, other countries or other contexts or other regions. So I think that this is always enriching for all these type of projects. So please let us know, okay? And we will be more than happy, um, with all these type of collaborations.
Yes, excellent. Yeah, thank you for the contribution, Cristina. And there is another question, I think.
There's another question is, will all the modules be in English?
Well, yes. It's kind of contradictory to inclusive education, right? I mean, multilingual education, but we need to come up with lingua franca. So, to be honest, I guess that's the obvious choice, kind of. And also, we considered when we started to apply this project, we considered whether we could, translate everything to other languages as well. But it requires a lot of hard work and a lot of time. But I think that maybe once we have all the materials ready, if we can incorporate some sort of AI tool, that can help for the translation, at least, to understand the basics, that would be, I think, valuable. We might consider that. But for now, yes, all of them will be in English.
Yeah, especially because it's our lingua franca for communication. I mean, when you work in international projects, it doesn't matter if it's English or another language, but you need to have a common language to speak. And even if we tried, Spanish didn't succeed.
Yes, and you have seen Cristina trying to pronounce Boğaziçi, right? So
Yeah, well, we try our best.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So let's see. I mean, I'm going to open the general chat because now I can see that I can do it. So in case that you want,
Mhm.
I mean, maybe not having a Q&A, but a general comment. I think that now you all can use the chat. I think that
Mhm.
it's now active for everybody. Okay, sorry, but we need to, organize things because more or less the number of participants is quite high and can be higher. So if we open it continuously, it can be a mess. And I think that's till now the Q&As have worked. So if you have any comments, or again, of course, if you have any other Q&A, or if you want to participate speaking, I mean, we are more than happy to, you know, to chat with you one way or another. Okay, so Elsa says that it's a great idea. I think that she refers to the translation. Looking forward to access the material. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for the
Thank
interest.
you.
And always, I mean, if when you check the materials, if you want to tell your colleagues, it's also good because, I mean, all this work is to be shared, to be used, and, to benefit each other. Okay. There are some greetings from Turkey in the chat.
Yes,
So,
sharing with us. And I
yeah.
also I also want to. Oh yeah, one more question. Yeah,
Oh,
go ahead.
yeah, well, thank you. I mean, Osman's pronunciation in Turkish is much better than mine. Okay, so Q&A. Does the module could be adapted for early childhood settings like kindergarten, especially considering attention span, play-based learning, and early language development? Are there examples or strategies for that age group?
Unfortunately, we don't have them in mind because this project is mainly targeting, secondary school students, and I think primary school settings can benefit from it as well. but early childhood settings, I'm not sure. I mean, it's probably up to your imagination and adaptation style. You can still find something to take away, but it's not specifically designed by this group in mind, I'm afraid. So,
But maybe some ideas can be also transferred and adapted. Yeah.
yes, yes, exactly.
Okay, here we have more comments. Thank you for introduction. Thank you for the invitation. Okay, being from the UK, it's lovely to feel part of a European project. Yes, and welcome back to the
Yeah.
Erasmus Plus system. Okay,
Yes, yes, excellent. Lara, welcome back.
so thanks for inspiring webinar. I teach course on teaching English in multilingual and multicultural classes at tertiary level. I would be more than happy to contribute and learn. Okay, so thank you very much, and we're looking forward to all these implementations. Everything is
Yes,
clear, but
excellent.
nevertheless, I want to ask another question to make it clear for our colleagues. To what extent do digital multilingual pedagogies genuinely transform learning rather than simply digitizing existing inequalities in language education? Wow, that's a big question here.
Yes, it's a very big question, and unfortunately, I am in the. I mean, I don't know if I should say unfortunately, but I'm in the opinion that technology, for the most part, divides more than unites. But what we are trying to do is hopefully decrease it as much as possible with the materials and models that are that will be helpful to that. Otherwise, I think that it's really hard because sometimes we think that they are transforming, but then you see that you are kind of depriving some groups out of those materials just because you involve that type of technology. Especially expensive technologies, we talk. But yes, Tuncer Hocam, thank you for
Yeah.
interrupting, because the next topic is exactly about this. Thank you. And Fran and Tuncer, Dr. Tuncer and Fran will be
Yeah.
helpful. And thank you for nice comments. And heritage language teachers, Cristina, yes, I think, right?
Mm, I
I
would say so,
think
yes.
they will definitely benefit. Yes, and actually, we would be very happy to particularly hear from you because that would be very interesting aspect to incorporate into the materials that we develop. So that would be great.
I am currently studying the impact of the inclusive pedagogy in foreign language classes, which is my master thesis. Can't wait to see the coming webinars. Okay, good. It will be another inspiration for my study. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes.
By looking at the comments, Christina, I see that many people who are doing work in this field kind of showed up. So that means, we kind of reached our target audience, I think.
And please, I mean, if you want to participate in the webinar for junior researchers, PhD students on the 11th of June, please write me an email to the email that I'm going to paste in the chat, okay? Just to arrange the session because we know some people that will participate, but of course we are always open to include you all. Okay, so this is my mail. So please, in the subject of the email, mention LiTE Academy or LiTE webinar or something. So we can organize the webinar of the 11th of June. Okay. Thank you for the nice comment. And I don't know if there's any other question that we can answer. Please remember, I'm going to paste it in the chat that our next seminar will be the 11th of May, okay, same time as today. And we will focus on the part of digitalization, as Professor Tunjerkan mentioned, together with Professor Francisco Palacios, and it will be entitled teaching languages in the digital age, designing engaging technology-enhanced classrooms. Okay, so I'm going to paste it there, and you will receive the link as you did for today's session. Okay, it will be a new link that we will send the day before and the day of the webinar. We send it twice because, I mean, even today, even an hour before the webinar, we had new people registering in the website. So to try to reach as many people as possible, we also included the link in the webpage for the webinars for the registration. So the idea here is to try to reach the largest number of interested people. So sorry for the little spam. Okay.
And also, please pay attention to the dates. We have selected them according to the available days and dates of the presenters. So sometimes it's maybe Tuesday, maybe Monday, but the time zone is exactly the same, other than the doctoral session. So 7 Central European time. And so please keep in mind that whatever time you participated today, it will be the same time, because there will be no time change from now on. So I think that's one way to keep track of it. And thank you, everyone.
Okay, and also very nice comments for our upcoming speaker in the 11th of May. So
Yes,
if you
for
don't know
the
him, now you have the opportunity to meet him online the 11th of May. Okay,
yeah.
so thank you very much. Okay, and if there are no more questions, we will see you again on the 11th of May. Okay?
Yes. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
And
you,
thank you very
everyone.
much, the Team Córdoba, for organizing this webinar series as the
Our
coordinator of
pleasure.
the project. And on behalf of our team members, I want to thank you and appreciate your efforts. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We hope to see you again in the next series of webinars. Take care,
We have
everyone.
a hand up that is Sylvia. I'm going to
Oh,
allow her speaking. So,
yes, yes.
hi, Sylvia.
Is it me? Yes. Oh my God, I'm on
Yes.
spotlight. Hey, everybody. I wasn't expecting this. So, hi, thank you for coming.
Okay, so
So good to see you.
okay, good to see you, Sylvia.
Thank you, Sylvia. And very kind messages. Thank you, everyone, for your messages in the chat box and to us. So we appreciate it.
And just please, now when the session closes, please answer the little survey with the 3 questions about your experience in this webinar. Okay, this is very important for us. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Take care, everyone. See you soon.